name is Lisa. I'm going to tell you a story from my Dvarlette. So always around this time of year, I think of my grandmother. At the end of December is her yahrzeit. I called her Nana. She was an alcoholic, forever mourning her husband who died too soon. She had recurring breast cancer, eventually stage 4, and she chain smoked. But Nana was in a league all her own. She had owned a dress store and had her own business before women were able to do this in a meaningful way. She wore sequins. She danced professionally when she was younger, and then for fun anytime after that. She was the source of information for me about love, sex ed, real life. Nana taught herself how to play piano when she was 70. We would play duets together when I was young. We'd dance and my mother would sing. They would tell me stories about her mother and my great-grandmother from France, who cursed Columbus the day she got here. She would scratch my back to help me fall asleep. I spent 2 years living with her and my mother, a blissful time in my life in between my parents' divorce and challenges to come. She died at 75, and she actually died dancing at a party during the winter holidays. It was typical for Nana to go out dancing. I was 9 when she died. I quit piano. I quit dancing for a long time. I sat in my room and watched soap operas to escape the pain. My mother and I lived alone, and I was a latchkey kid for a while. I stayed in my room for a long time, trying to understand why Nana would leave me and my mother alone. But later, as I grew older, I saw Nana in so many things. When I was having a hard time, I'd think to myself, what would Nana do? She struggled a lot, self-medicated. Not everything was good or the right choice or kind. Not everything about her was perfect. But she was alive and believed in herself and her ability to make it in the world despite her challenges. I have struggled a lot throughout my life to have faith. And in this context, for me, faith doesn't mean necessarily in God or the universe. What faith came to symbolize was faith in myself and a belief that I could move on without her. Faith to have confidence in my decisions and honor them. This has been a lifelong struggle for me at various points. However, when I think of Nana, she had great confidence. The times I have taken a few risks have almost always brought some reward, usually the reward of connection. Connecting to my students when I was a teacher, to meeting and getting to know my husband Brian, to family, to meeting new friends, to trying new opportunities and taking the chance to connecting with the BK community, which has brought a lot of joy. We may soon take the leap of faith with adoption. Sharon Salzberg talked about faith in a way that resonates with me, especially about the years later after I lost Nana and as I grew older. She wrote, no matter which teacher I was around in those days, I lost myself in admiration. In the glow of bright faith, I believed whatever they said without question. But bright faith doesn't last. Like a crush on our 4th grade teacher, bright faith is meant to be a prelude to a more mature regard, in which love for the other is balanced by our own self-respect. For our faith to mature, we need to weigh what others tell us against our own experience of the truth. We need to honor ourselves enough to rely on our own experience more than the experience of others. Nana helped me foster the voice inside me, the one that whispers not to give up even when in despair, to have hope in humanity, in myself, when I make mistakes. I miss her to this day, reminding me that our losses don't go away, but stay with us and teach us new things. For this new year, I want to send you encouragement to find the faith inside, whatever that means to you. Thank you for listening.